Did you see what India Arie had to say about Janelle Monae and Megan Thee Stallion at Essence Festival?
I'm not a nice woman, so I don't want to call her an old bitch, but she is an old bitch. First of all, she talks too much. Like, I feel like some of the OGs are bitter that they never got their shine when they was in it, and now the young girls are doing it. They feel a bit like they feel a type of way. If Janelle Monae wants to show her tit, she wants to show her tit. Have you not heard her music? This is the thing. It just gets me irate because it's like you clearly don't listen to their music to know that this is their persona and this is who they are. Keep your mouth closed.
And I'm also kind of just tired of everyone acting like showing a titty or seeing a titty and seeing someone shake their ass is the worst thing.
In the world.
I've been over it, but it's starting to get to the point where it's like, nobody actually cares. Nobody gives a fuck that
she
you
wrote
feel
a whole
that
paragraph,
way.
by the way.
I'm looking for
Like,
it. I'm literally looking for it now because that bitch really had something to say. Not even like that. I'm not even trying to like cuss out that lady. Like, I don't know.
She
like
had
that.
a lot
but
to say.
It was like, girl, are you really that upset?
You speak about not judging people in your music and then you're judging. I found it.
So this is what India Arie had to say for those who don't know. India Arie is a songwriter, by the way. And like Michelle mentioned, she isn't. I don't know how old she is, but yeah, she is older.
She's in her 40s.
And so this is what she had to say. The issue is what is context. Context in caps. Humanity does everything. But does everything belong in a stage? On a stage, babe. But anyway, no. Is everybody for kids? No. Why were kids at Essence Festival? It's a festival.
I have no clue.
To be fair, I've never been to Essence Festival.
Even make sense.
But I would assume that some of it is a bit grown. Festival? Yeah, like, so I'm a bit taken aback by that. But hey, is everything for everybody? No. So when we as a culture make something like this mainstream, it shows a lack of discretion and discernment. To those in the comments who laugh at anyone who wants these things for our culture, you certainly have that right. Well, then why are you talking then? Just as many folks have the right to want our mainstream international export, our music, to show us in a respectful light. I'd like to go on the record saying this won't age well, and that's my issue. I love Janelle and Meg the way I love us all, and I don't like this moment. Don't bother debating me, lol. I don't care, and I do this. Well, you clearly do, because here you are.
Exactly.
For 25 years, I've done this. So read, ponder, or don't. So this is what I have to say. Firstly, when you're saying things like, we have a right to want our mainstream international exports, it's clear that this is coming from a place of saltiness.
Oh, definitely.
Number one, because you want what your preference is to be at the forefront, and it isn't. Unfortunately, babe, we have always lived in a world where sex sells. This is not new. This hasn't just started happening.
Can I just interrupt?
It might have gotten a little bit more, I guess, progressive, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
But it's not really, the fundamental of it hasn't changed. And I'll go on to my second point after. What you were going to say, yeah.
We're in a bad bitch music era.
Bad bitch era.
We don't want to be in a feminism era. We don't want to talk about wokeness. We want to talk about shaking our asses and getting lit and using men, right? That's the era we're in. Get with it or get left. It's as simple as that.
And
but
also,
I digress.
And this was going to be my second point about does everything belong on a stage? Does everything? That's, like I said, the first part coming from a place of saltiness, but the other half of it is coming from a place of entitlement. You don't get to dictate what belongs on a stage.
Oh, remember, 25 years in the game, right?
Just because you feel some type of way about this, or this isn't your preferable type of music or content. You don't get to dictate what should be exposed to everybody and the culture. You're just coming from a place of judgment because for some reason, a titty and an ass.
It's so scary.
It's just like honestly, I was so irritated when I read this because I was like, I'm actually really tired of people acting like a little ass shaking is that big of a fucking deal. It isn't. This is Megan Thee Stallion. You know what Megan Thee Stallion is about. So if that is the case, then don't watch her set then.
Do you know
Go get a drink at that point. Don't watch her.
Let me tell you, she is a fake woke babe. And I've already called it.
Girl.
She's a fake
and when
woke
I
babe.
saw Megan's video, it wasn't even that deep.
Bro,
she was shaking her ass.
Let me tell you,
like Megan does.
No, she was even doing light work. I've seen her do worse.
I was gonna say on her Instagram, she'd be doing way more than that. So I don't even understand what the fuss was about. I don't know if I saw the wrong clip, but the ones I saw, Megan was twerking in a bodysuit, and you could see her ass cheeks. Like when do you not see Megan's ass cheeks?
Let's be real, she kept it PG. She actually kept it PG.
It just wasn't that serious. And apparently Janelle, I didn't even see Janelle's clip, but apparently she had a pasty on, so you didn't even really see her titty. So I was just like, come on, like
we're debating about the wrong
seriously,
things.
Why do you even care? I really don't like this whole policing what women should be doing. And honestly, it's starting to get to the point, like, obviously I'll talk about it on my show because, you know, like I'm gonna comment on it. That's part of my job. I'm gonna comment on what you have to say on things that I'm interested in. But apart from that, in my daily life, I'm actually just gonna ignore it because you lot just want attention. You just like you want people to, whenever people slut shame loudly like that, they want people to slut shame with it. It's coming from a place of, I'm mad because you lot are finding this hoism acceptable and I don't like it and I want you to slut shame with me. So I'm just gonna start to ignore it because, like, me
personally,
respectfully, nobody actually gives a fuck. Like, nobody cares that you feel that way.
I love the hose. Keep doing what you're doing. I love the hose.
Like, I actually nobody cares. Respectfully. So bitch about it with the people
hoes
that also feel some type of way. They will care, but we won't. So
literally, hoes are winning. This is what I'm saying. I feel like she's just a bitter babe, and I feel like this is the problem with a lot of old heads. They want to judge the younger lot for stuff that they felt like they were villainized and they couldn't do in their day. That's why you were making woke music and soul music and all of this soft vibrations music, darling. Just say you want to be them. Just say you want to be them.
You know what? I wouldn't even be like willing to be like, oh no, we don't know that. But the fact that you're upset about it, though, it is kind of indicating, are you mad? Like, are you mad about something? Because if it genuinely wasn't your thing, that's fine. Everyone is different. You don't have to like it, but to continue to feel like you have to speak on it all the time and throw shade on the people doing it all the time. It's like, and I'm not even just applying this to India. I'm talking about all you people that every time you see us shaking, you say the same shit. Again, nobody cares. 100%. You're mad about it. And it's even funny when men do it. Because you like it when it's on your terms. You like it when it's on your terms. But when a woman has agency to do it for herself and for other women, for their enjoyment and entertainment, and it's not about you, that's when you don't like it.
Oh, they all go to the strip club though.
That's when you don't like it.
They all go to the strip club though.
Okay.
But when it's women shaking their asses on the internet, that's where I draw the line.
Like, girl, stop. Like, fair enough. It's not for everybody. But at the same time, let's stop acting like this is the end of the world, because it really isn't. 100%. It really is not.
Anyway, shout out to the hoes.
Shout out to the hoes. I love y'all. Keep on hoeing, like Michelle said.
I love y'all. Keep on hoeing. Keep your neck on. No, it's what? Keep your neck.
Keep your foot on their neck.
Keep your foot on their necks. Literally.
And it just seems like it's not even just India Arie. It seems like slut shaming has been a theme this week.
Oh,
because Keke Palmer's man.
Girl.
Okay.
I'm stressed out for her. I'm so stressed out for her. First of all, if my man got on the internet and started telling me about my outfit, that would be the end of that relationship. But that's just me. Because I'm not going to lie.
It looks like Keke's not happy.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. But she's a Virgo, though. She'll stick it out. That's the
Apparently Virgos cut
no
quick. That's what I heard.
No, but they be sticking it out though. Let me tell you, when she's got a family now, she's gonna stick it out.
Yeah, this is my thing.
Until she feels
realistically, she's probably not leaving him anytime soon.
Until she feels like, okay, cool, he's disrespecting her. Good. We're just seeing outside, from the outside looking in. But me personally, if I see my man coming at me on the internet, I'm gonna leave you and I'm gonna take our child, because you're actually messaging me and you have my number. You have my number.
This is the point for me.
That's what I don't understand.
We already know off of what my opinion was of India Arie, that what my opinion would be. But at the same time, cool, I can understand that maybe some men, I don't even mind you dressing like that, but maybe like not without me. I don't know. Like, you know what? Like, people are different. I get why some people might not be all the way comfortable. I saw Keke's dress and I said, firstly, I want this dress. Sorry, let me even explain it before I get into it. I was like, I want this dress. Like, this is cute.
But my whole thing is...
And she was in Vegas as well.
No, but you know what it is?
Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like my thing is, I don't feel like she was wrong to wear that outfit personally, because I feel like it's a time and a place thing. If she wore it to church, that's a different story.
Can I just say,
but if she's wearing it to see fucking Usher in Vegas, I think that's fine.
Can I just say, though, that wasn't his issue. His issue was the fact that...
He said it was the outfit.
No. It's not the outfit. If you look deeper into it, his issue was the fact that Usher was serenading her.
Yeah.
He didn't like it. But he now decided he's going to go for her outfit, because that's the only way he could get
I've seen that narrative.
Right? And
but
it's
I
like,
try and
if I'm real honest,
what people are saying.
No, I understand it.
And be like, if you're saying it's the outfit, then cool. Let's assume
I
it's the
understand
outfit.
it, but let me tell you, men don't be saying what they directly think. And also,
he's taken pictures of her that are way more risque.
Oh, that part.
In way more risque outfits.
The pregnancy.
So I don't really, I don't really understand. She was covering
her tatas.
She takes videos of her twerking all the time. So literally, I'm a bit like, okay, so now it's a problem. I don't really get it.
Out of your comfort zone, you have a problem with it. But the problem is
you're
the fact
a mum
that,
thing.
Bro,
like, why is that? What does that
mums?
mean? What's the correlation?
How many people are mums?
Okay, so let me even explain it before I get into my explanation.
Yeah.
So Keke Palmer was in Vegas with her girls. They went to see Usher because, Usher goes everywhere but here.
Oh, that part.
Anyway.
Hater. He's a hater.
Honestly, what do we do to you, Usher Raymond? But yeah, so they were in Vegas seeing him, and Keke looked sexy as fuck. She was wearing this mesh dress that was like see-through, other than just the bodysuit that you could see underneath. And from the front, it looked perfectly fine.
No, that's what I was gonna say.
From the back, it looked, I mean, to me, I don't have an issue. Yeah. But like, you could see cheeks from the back. Is what I'm trying to get at.
She never had those cheeks until she had a child, so it's not her fault.
Like, she's still dressing like a skinny bitch.
Yeah, that part, heavy on that part. She's still dressed like a skinny bitch.
This is a thing, though. This is a thing. Certain outfits are only risque when you're thickums.
Thank you.
You like, that's why I used to work at certain places where white girls would wear shorts and play suits, but me
you
with
my
but I would wear a maxi dress with like a maxi, and it has a little mesh here, not even all the way, like just here on my thighs.
You
and
can't
like,
even do that.
No, I'm like, but
you're
wearing
the
fucking
same
shorts.
thing,
What do
right?
you mean?
Okay.
Yeah, so like for sure that is a thing. I'm sorry, it's not my fault. I'm thick.
Like,
I'm literally not, but I'm not even wearing shorts.
You know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? I recognize that I'm thick and I'm not wearing what you're wearing.
I'm sorry, I got an ass.
Like, I'm not even. I'm even recognizing.
I'm even wearing something normal.
I'm not wearing that.
Yeah.
But this is a problem. Fine. So yeah, I feel like it could be a little bit of that. But essentially, when I saw her outfit, I was like, I feel like context matters. When you're in Vegas seeing Usher, like, yeah, that outfit's fine.
I'm not gonna lie, that outfit was long sleeved.
And it was a long sleeve dress.
It was long sleeve.
It was a long sleeve maxi dress. So it was literally just the cheeks part. And it's like, you know what, sir? I don't like to speak for how people should feel. So if you feel some type of way, I feel like it's a little bit weird for you to have a bad bitch that likes to, flaunt her sexuality when she's feeling like it. But then the second that you feel like you don't like this particular scene, now we're going to embarrass her all over the internet.
Do you know what it was, though?
I wasn't feeling that.
At
the end of the day, if you feel that way, you feel that way. But you could have literally called her.
Yeah. I don't feel
Why did you tweet it?
Do you know what it was, though? I don't feel like he was wrong for his saying it.
Yeah.
It was, you put it on Beyonce's internet.
You
put it on Beyonce's internet for everybody
and people
to see.
were even
like
trying to allow him and say, "Oh, he was joking." And I knew he wasn't joking, by the way, because he had a full stop at the end of that sentence.
Yeah, he meant
that.
I said,
"You lot don't."
He meant that.
You lot don't text niggas enough when they're feelings, because when you get those texts with the full stop, you know that they're upset.
They use all the grammar in the world.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Nah, he's not joking." And then, hold on, let me find the original
crazy
messages.
Scenes. Like, I actually could not believe that he didn't said that. I told you, for me, but then again, you already know I don't really have tolerance for much. That would be the end of that relationship. Because not gonna lie, you're drawing me out on the internet. On Beyonce's internet at that. I cannot deal.
Oh, here it is. We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kid. She's actually not your wife, by the way.
No, that part.
Want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is.
He's a hater.
What makes you think she did it to please others?
No, he is a hater.
Why do you not think she might have done it because she felt sexy that day, so she put on a mesh bodysuit?
No, first of all, did he not see her before she left the house?
I mean, if she's in Vegas, I'm guessing he didn't see her.
No, but even like a cute, like, you know, sometimes you be FaceTiming your man.
Yeah.
Right? You never saw that outfit, or even so, you know how she is.
This is my thing.
So
all of a sudden, on her Instagram, she does not give off the vibe. I'm about
she's
to hide
hiding,
my sexiness, and not she's very much like, I'm a bad bitch, and you might see her ass cheek from time to time, like that. You get that vibe from her Instagram, so I don't even understand what we're doing here.
No, my whole thing is, like I said, he wasn't wrong for obviously addressing it, because obviously there are stuff that your man is not gonna like when you're going out. Naturally, when you're a bad bitch, but keep it in your home. You brought it onto Beyonce's internet for us to all observe and for us to comment.
To the point where they're dragging Serena Jackson into it, child. Because that's her man is Serena Jackson, who plays Dro.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
You guys get what I was doing with the game now, right? But so that's his brother.
Oh, that's so ghetto.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. It's so ghetto.
Yeah.
And it's like, why would you even... But the thing is, now they're bringing up MAGA tweets and...
Oh, that
homophobia.
part. But that's his fucking fault. Because who told you to bring it to Twitter in the first place?
Yeah.
You know the internet is not kind. And you know that we all fuck with Keke.
100%.
So I don't understand what you thought was going to happen.
Yeah,
now we're finding that he's a Trump supporter, that apparently he's a misogynist. I haven't seen those tweets, but I'm not surprised seeing that he's a Trump supporter. Misogynist is not exactly far-fetched.
You know why I say, like, also as well, like, the internet is not graceful because they said, I used to see, Keke used to be a bird back in the days as well, you know, like, that's
really?
why
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's why people are still coming at her.
I have seen people saying, like,
I don't know
Keke
how you
knows
don't know.
he's like this, so let's not. Like, and she definitely does. Like, she knew he was a Trump supporter.
Yeah,
she like, said, you know what I mean? Like, she
said
that would have come up.
She said she bought him a drink at Diddy's party. That's when I knew. Okay, cool. That. This.
I mean, it was an open bar, so she didn't buy it.
Same difference.
She just brought it to him.
That's even weird. Oh, you know what, man? Get your own drink. First of all, you should be getting a drink from me. As in, you already know how I stay. I'm not even doing it. Like, I'm not even doing it.
That's so funny.
You already know how I stay.
Yeah, he was gaslighting a victim of police brutality as well. I'm sorry that the name escapes me, but like he was doing a lot on the Twitter streets back in the day, apparently.
And the thing is, you know,
and even he's still trolling as well. Like
Can you tell me why people
released
don't
the
delete
snippet.
their tweets?
I don't understand that either. I don't understand why
you know
he kept
the
those
internet's
tweets.
5 ever.
Yeah.
Why not delete?
That was weird to me. I'm like, why didn't you delete these?
At least I'm not even okay, I'm kind of snitching on myself here, but because I
just made a whole Twitter account, new Twitter account.
Me personally, because
I don't even think I said anything because I even searched and I could not really because I
same.
wasn't using Twitter back then. So any
Like,
problematic thought I would have had, it probably just stayed in my head.
So obviously,
but I was like, just in case.
I was gonna say. So essentially, when everything was happening in like 2020, I already knew. Listen, nobody can grab me because I made that account in 2018, the one that I have now. I had already moved accounts, left my old account, let it deactivate, whatever. But I knew for a fact, I never used to say anything outlandish on Twitter. But on Facebook, you could definitely nab me. But the problem is, I don't care too much because the thing is, it's like, I said what I said when I was a teenager, but I also was very woke when I was a teenager. Everyone that I grew up with, everyone that I was around was very woke. We never dealt with this like black woman, black man type of stuff. Like black men were not cussing us for being black women, do you get it? But I also could understand why certain black women were saying certain stuff. It was hard to see.
You were lucky though, because
that's what I'm saying. I was lucky. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but I went to school in East London, so it's like where I went to school with people from like Newham, from Hackney. Do you know what I mean? It was very like integral. So we all supported each other regardless of all the issues that we had. But black men were not coming at black women like that. Do you know what I mean? And even if they were, bro, it's like black women were on rockers back then. So they would definitely fight man them. So this is why I say like it's not a thing in my life, but I see why it was the thing in other people's lives and why they kind of took that approach to dealing with the black men and dealing with how the black men were coming at them. Because even when we was at the show on Tuesday, I was like, raw, like I sat there and I was like, oh my God, like they really went through a lot. I never went through this.
Oh really?
Do you know what I mean? Like I never went through
like
this.
When Adiola Patronus.
Yeah, I never went through a phase where black men didn't want me. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I've never been through that a day in my life.
When you go to, I can relate to the experiences.
Yeah.
Because when you go to schools that are not predominantly black, that's your experience.
Because the thing is, I was just like, I've never experienced that. But it's like I can't also diminish the experience of someone else who's been through that, and I can't also sit there and be like, nah, and police the way that they behave online as a result of this behavior.
I try not to hold people accountable for things they said when they were a child anyway. Because I feel like people don't.
Do you know what?
People tend to pick and choose when that matters. 100%. You know?
I feel like if you're doing that though.
I honestly feel like regardless, like this is my personal opinion, and I know a lot of women don't agree. Yeah. But I think that sometimes when you see men's tweets from when they're teenagers that are very problematic, they automatically be like, you still think like that as an adult. I'm like, but I feel like when women, because there's plenty of women that are famous and successful that have had homophobic, problematic, you know, harmful tweets, but somehow that doesn't matter as much or is not as big of a deal, was quietened a bit more when it's a woman. And I'm like, but I feel like it's the same thing. Essentially, you are still a child. Essentially, like, it doesn't really matter whether you're a man or a woman. And who's to say? You can't 100% say that you don't think like this now just because you're an adult, because unfortunately some people don't change, some people don't elevate or mature, and they stay with that same ignorant negative mindset. But I apply optimism in that sense and hope that the fact that you're 30 now and that you said this when you were 16, I hope to God you don't think like that anymore. But yeah, like I get it. I get why people, because it's harmful words, so I get why people feel that way as well.
Remember, me and you had a conversation about this a couple weeks back.
This happened
as well.
when the Marshall thing happened. Off of Love Is Blind, when his tweets came out.
It was crazy.
And I was like the only one, and not just you, like a lot of my friends. Like, I have the unpopular opinion amongst all my friends.
No, but she technically, I feel like out of all my friends as well, I feel like you as well, because you're such a Cancerian, like you're so optimistic.
I always try and be like,
I
try and give people the benefit of the doubt.
And I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, there comes a certain point in life, and I even said this to you, where, bro, that you can kind of see it in someone's life where whether their ideologies have changed. Like, for example, when I was talking about preference to you, I was talking about, a man could say, oh yeah, you know, I love black women now, but your preferences haven't really changed from the time you were 16. You still date light-skinned women. You still don't give black women love. And it's like, how can we see growth if you haven't even attempted? You haven't even attempted to step outside of your natural preference, but you're telling me you've changed. Do you know what I mean? It's things like that. But for example, like, I don't believe that people can't change. It's just that a lot of the people that came out with those kind of things, I feel like it became more covert. If I'm real honest, like, even with people like what's his name, Keith, and there's a whole lot of there's a whole lot of other people.
I don't believe he's changed.
There's a whole lot of other people, but Keith's just an example that I'm using.
I actually don't think he even ever said he changed. So that's another thing.
Heavy on that part. So it's a lot of people like him where it's like they pretended to take accountability. Yeah, basically. And then they just... It's just basically he had to. He had no choice. He had no choice. Exactly, and then became more covert about his beliefs. But you see it in the way he talks, and you see it in the way his body demeanor is, the way he speaks about people. You know that he still hates black women. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I'll leave it there. I 100% agree with that. Yeah, that's unfortunately that's why I stopped listening to Three Shots even, because I actually really like Taser as well. Yeah, so I feel like it's such a shame that I had, but it was just I can't. Because I thought Taser's always got a story. Taser reminds me of me. Like, I've always got stories. I've always got stories about shit that's been going on in my life. I've always got my friend. Like, I've literally always got shit going on. Like, no, Taser reminds me of me. Like, there's always some shit going on in the background. Like, but
that's so funny.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, sorry. Back to Keke and her man. Yeah. I even forgot. But yeah, no. I mean, did you see the clip that he posted? Sorry. So the reason why we got onto that tangent is because we were talking about his self-hating tweets. I mean, I don't think he really was. I didn't see any of those actually. Yeah. I saw mainly the ones about Trump and about that him gaslighting. I just feel like as a black person, that's very right. I feel like I don't think I saw anything else outside of that. But there was more. I couldn't. But you know when you're like, I can't be looking all day. Yeah. But there was definitely more.
You'd be going into a rabbit hole.
Honestly. Yeah. But Keke knew he was like that though, and it just makes me question, like, is Keke who we think she is?
100%.
Because she doesn't really portray herself to be that way, and I never believed that she was like that. But it just makes me feel like if you can't possibly be the opposite, because if you were, you wouldn't even want to be with him.
I don't necessarily think that she's the opposite. I just think that she allows a lot, and I feel like
it could be, to be fair. A lot of women do.
Yeah, there are certain people that will allow a lot for one person, and I don't necessarily think that. God forbid she breaks up with him and goes into another relationship. I don't think she'd accept half of this stuff in another relationship, especially because now she has a kid with him.
But Michelle, though, I don't even like having conversations with misogynistic men.
Yeah, but remember,
like, as soon as I can tell you're going down a road of like, I don't even want to talk to you anymore.
But that's just
imagine
us,
being with somebody like that.
No, but that's just us though, because like I said to you, there are certain women that can compartmentalize and say, do you know what? That's that. But what we've got going on is us here. Some women can do it.
That's mad. Because
Like,
you know
some
he's
women
thinking
really
that about
can.
you too, right?
Like that
You're not
part.
excluded.
But the thing is, some people, especially some women, and that's why I say some women have to hold themselves accountable for the behavior of men, because we like to sit there and delegate and say, no, it's just the men, it's just the men. No. Sometimes it's also the women who are allowing this behavior. Not to say it's the majority of women that are allowing this behavior, but even, let's say 10% of the women that are allowing this behavior of men allows the 90% to do whatever the hell they like. Do you know what I mean? Because they feel like that 10% is validated.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, for example, let's take Keke, right? Cool. She's taken this man for who he is, right? Had a kid with him. Now, there's less incentive to leave. Do you know what I mean? Of course, you probably saw red flags, maybe even purple, maybe even pink. But he said, nah, I'm going to make this work. I like this man, blah, blah. But a lot of us are very guilty of liking the man for his potential rather than taking him for who he is. And I feel like Keke probably took him for his potential rather than who he was. Yeah. Because the thing is, you can understand a person and say, do you know what? They're like this, they're like that. But in the future, they can. And that's where we go wrong.
Well, you know what? They've unfollowed each other now on socials.
God.
And he's also, I don't know if you saw, but he posted that clip of, it's like Kanye from the Forever music video, the one with Drake and Eminem and them, man. Where he said, I used to want this thing forever. Y'all can have it back. I was like,
first of all, that
what
is
is
your
wrong with
child's
you?
mother.
I don't even understand why he's being so disrespectful. Are you that mad about her wearing this dress? And like, it's Usher. Get the fuck over it.
I told you it's not about the dress. It's literally about Usher. But the thing
I'm sorry, but that's even more immature to me.
No, but what I'm
saying
saying
not gonna fuck Usher.
No, but as a man,
come on, he's an R&B singer.
No, as a man,
it's not that serious. No, I feel like people that really act up about things like that. Because remember when I don't know, remember you seen that guy that broke up with his girl because Chris Brown was dancing. No, I did. I feel like you lot are so immature. Grow up.
No, but I'm saying,
so sorry. No, like you can even feel some type of way about it, but to be that dramatic about what you do with it. That's mad immature to me.
There are certain things that insecure men cannot admit to. And that's one of them. He cannot admit to himself or to the world that he is angry that Usher was singing to his girl and his girl was having it. But
you didn't even have to take it to the world.
No, but the thing is... but this is what I'm saying about people who don't rationally think. In his head, it makes sense. To everyone else, it looks ludicrous. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But in that instance, he should have just addressed his girl and said, listen, I don't like the way you was moving with Usher. X, Y, and Z. It would have been a done deal dealt behind closed doors. He decided he's going to embarrass her because he's a misogynistic man. It's as simple as that. And then now you caused this big thing. You tried to embarrass her and it's backfired. Sorry.
I'm even glad that she still posts the pictures.
Oh, 100%.
And didn't give a fuck. I said,
and
yes,
she
girl.
Looked
love
hella
that
good.
And she still hasn't deleted them. I love that for her. She looked really good. She looked fire. I was looking through her Instagram. I was like, nah, you're a baddie. Yeah. Like, you are so...
You are.
Because I feel like because Keke's... We always knew she was attractive. Don't get me wrong. We always knew she was bad.
But after the kids...
You know when, like, because you love her personality so much and she's so funny, like, that's, I feel like, the immediate thought.
That's what
but when you look through her Instagram, it's like, oh my God.
Do you know what it is? Even after her child, she became sexier. Like, I was like, nah.
For real.
Get your groove back. Like, for real. Like, because... Honestly,
and that's another thing. I think that's also something people are not really bearing in mind. She did not have a child that long ago. She's probably really feeling good about the fact that she looks this good.
Yeah.
So she's like, yeah, I'm in Vegas. Let me be sexy.
Exactly.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I just don't think it's that serious. Like you said, if there's a conversation to be had, because I feel like it is definitely important to respect your partner and their wishes and what they feel comfortable with. I'm not going to dismiss that completely, because at the end of the day, the whole idea of you being in a relationship is that you have to be understanding of your partner's feelings as well. And that includes, you know, how you portray yourself sexually or physically. Like, I'm not naive to that, but I just feel like, number one, this was handled very badly, very immaturely, and number two, I feel like if you feel that strongly about it, that this is how you're going to react, did you partner with the right woman then? Because it doesn't look like you did. Like, the person that you're with is not a nun. She's not going to hold herself back. Like, it definitely wasn't given that from what I've seen of her. So
remember, he's the house husband.
That part. Do you have a job? On your
Do you have a job?
I'm just saying.
Like,
I'm just saying it's giving bum. We call any other bum. Just because he's with a rich woman doesn't mean he's not a bum. It doesn't mean
he's not a bum. Like, so, thank you. I'm so sorry.
Just saying. Like, so that
there are house husbands that have things going for them, and he is not one of them. He's not even a husband.
As in, like, you're the brother of someone successful and the baby daddy of someone successful. But who are you?
It's so embarrassing.
Is that why you're mad? Is that really why you're mad?
It is.
I'm just wondering.
Embarrassing. Honestly.
Just wondering. But anyway, shout out to Keke though. I still love her.
Miss Keke Palmer, girl.
And baby, this is Keke
Aquila
Palmer.
and the Bee.
I love that for her though. And very quickly before we move on from hot topics, let's talk about Britney getting slapped in the face.
All I'm saying is nobody better mess with Miss Britney, bitch. Simple as.
Slapped in the face. Britney Spears in the face.
No, you did not.
I mean, it's wrong, obviously, to slap anybody in the face. Yeah,
but Miss Britney Spears.
Imagine it being fucking Britney as well. Turning around, it's Britney Spears.
Oh my god, I would die.
Somebody's getting fired. I'm even surprised that security guard is not getting charged and he's keeping his job.
100%.
I'm assuming there's some kind of settlement, some
like,
kind of money changing hands.
Do you know who Miss Britney bitch is?
Because it's like,
no.
So for you guys who don't know, the story is Britney Spears was punched in, not punched, sorry. I think she was slapped. It was a slap. She was slapped in the face by the bodyguard of a basketball player. He's a French athlete called Victor Wembanyama.
We don't even know who he is.
I've never heard of him. Imagine the first time I've heard of you or anyone has heard of you. Not anyone, but anyone who's not following sports like that. Imagine the first time they've heard you being that your bodyguard slapped Britney Spears.
It's Britney bitch. Fuck off.
But what I will say though is apparently, so basically the story is that Britney went up to him because she recognized him and wanted to get a picture or just say hi, I'm not sure which, and tapped him on the shoulder. The video has come out and I haven't seen it. It's not like to be shown like that. A few people online have seen it, but you can tell Britney's people pulled it expeditiously, or somebody's people, the basketball players' people maybe pulled it expeditiously. But yeah, it seems that it's very clear in the video she is tapping him on the shoulder. She's not doing anything mad. No. So for him to get that, it was uncalled for because all she did was tap him on the shoulder. I understand the bodyguard's there, but it sounded like the bodyguard isn't doing his job then. If she's
why doesn't he?
That's my thing. Everyone kept saying, "Oh, that's his job. That's his job."
No.
I'm like, no, but if that's the case, then he's already not doing it. Then if Britney Spears can access him that easily to tap him and make contact, so then you're basically being trigger happy because you fucked up.
Yeah.
And then you just slap the woman.
Yeah.
Like, that's so fucking mad to me. And what I will say, though, is that the Neighborhood Talk did put out a post saying that it looks like the bodyguard slapped her hand away and her hand hit her in the face.
No. I don't believe
that's apparently what the video looks like.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but we haven't seen it. So we don't know out of watching, because I've been surveying TMZ and all of them up until we got here. So maybe the video's up now. Who even knows? You never know how things will develop. I'm sure that video will come out.
I don't believe that.
At this point, it hasn't been, available to the public like that, so I haven't seen it.
Look. Now, I come and slap you.
I mean, I'm not a bodyguard though. If a bodyguard slaps your hand, you might, So it doesn't seem impossible to me.
No, it's true.
But to Brittany, you still slap me in my face.
And Brittany's little as well.
Because that's my thing. Like,
Brittany is very
from
little.
Brittany's perspective, I've still been slapped because I've gone to tap somebody and the
you've
bodyguard
moved
has
my
slapped my hand, and then it's like I've been slapped as far as I'm concerned.
No,
even if it's with my own hand. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
is, I feel like Brittany will win.
So I feel like that was what it was giving. Like it was giving I'm about to sue, and they contacted her.
No, all of Britney's enemies have fallen down, so
I wouldn't
in their best interest.
I actually love Britney.
Yeah,
I love
that
she's living her best life now, and she's outside.
She deserves it.
Somebody said in the comments, Britney left the living room. I was like, fucking stop it. But like, yes, she did leave the living room, and this is what happened. She got slapped in the face. Like the first time I leave the house. Well, one of the first times, because it's probably not the first time. But this is one of definitely one of the few times she's left her yard and she's got slapped.
No, not Miss Britney, bitch. I'm not having it. No. I love it, Britney.
I actually love Britney. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I since watching her documentary that came out in the pandemic, I've been respecting her. But you know, when it's like, obviously she hasn't really been releasing music. She's been under lock and key.
She's just been on Instagram Live.
So she hasn't really been doing much. But up until the documentary, I hadn't really been thinking about her like that. But I had like a newfound respect, because I was like, when I saw her speak for herself and see, how passionate she is about her dancing and her performing, and how much of a boss she is. Like, that isn't as clear because of how much she's gone through. Exactly. But Britney's a boss. Like, she's a boss. She's that bitch. Like, I'm just so, like, I have such a respect for.
Do you know what gets me though?
What she's done. Like, it's crazy.
Do you know what gets me though?
So
like,
for her to be living her life freely, I love it for her.
Yeah, this is often a tangent, but like, I really do get upset sometimes about how Britney and like Beyonce lost their country accents. Like in the beginning of their career,
Beyonce's lost it fully.
I think
she can talk like that.
No,
Sometimes.
But she's lost it as compared to when she was in like her 20s.
You like, will though. Being in the industry this long, you're not gonna sound country.
But even
anymore.
with Britney, like when she first like, I remember watching a documentary with her when she was from the time of like 15, 16, when she was first starting out to like her mid 20s. I was like, she's really lost her like her country accent, like.
Yeah, but I remember, bear in mind, people would have been encouraging her to lose it too.
I know, but it's real sad because the thing is, like, I don't know why in the US that the country accent is kind of deemed like unintelligent, things like that. Like even Beyonce, when I used to hear her talk, I was like, she's definitely from Texas. Like,
yeah.
Do you know
That's what I'm saying. She still talks like that. I can hear it in my mind right now.
I think
Beyonce sometimes still talks like that.
Yeah, because Britney's definitely from Texas as well.
She's from Memphis.
Oh, she's from Memphis.
So country,
that's it.
but not
Texas. So country.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Memphis people are more like country than the Texas people. But even people like K Michelle's from Memphis.
Is it?
So
yeah, she's from Memphis. Yeah.
Even Jessica Dime, like they're from Memphis. They proper sound like they're from Memphis. Do you know, like real country.
Like, but Justin from Memphis too.
Which Justin?
Justin Timberlake. Because he was on the Mickey Mouse Club with Britney.
No, but I don't
that
think
was her first gig as a child.
I don't think he was from Texas.
And I was like, oh, so you know Justin from Day.
Yeah, but he wasn't from...
I feel like Justin's from Memphis, you know.
Let me Google it. I
feel like he is. I'll be very shocked if I'm wrong right now. I feel like he's from Memphis.
Hold on. Let me go on Wikipedia. So... No, Nebraska.
Oh, Nebraska. Okay,
yeah.
I really thought it was from Memphis.
Because even
I was like, no,
even Gabrielle Union, I was checking it today when I was on.
Is she from Memphis too?
Oh no, he is from Memphis, Tennessee.
I was gonna say, I feel like I've heard that before. That Justin is also from Memphis.
Yeah, he was born there.
Oh my god, how you do her like that?
Yeah, he was.
And you've known her. That's your girl. You don't know from back in the day, before you were.
But that's why
before she was even Britney. No, but
you know what's crazy?
He's known her since before she was Britney.
But you know what's
crazy?
He
did her like that. That's fucked up.
You know why I wouldn't
have.
But you know why I wouldn't have known that Justin Timberlake was from Memphis is because he sounds like he's very much like a white boy from LA. He doesn't
sound like
he sounds like he's from LA.
He lost,
and that's the problem. He lost his country accent time ago.
Yeah.
And that's why I say it's just such a shame that they can't keep their
maybe
accents.
because he was in a boy band and there was more people around them. Maybe they were exercised yet to.
But it's like that's so sad because the country accent is so cute. Like I love it.
It is.
I really do love a good country accent. Like, do you know what I need? I need a white man who's from the country to cook for me because they can cook.
That's so specific.
I need either a New Orleans man, a Texan.
I hear good things about New Orleans, man.
Like literally a Texan,
and they can definitely cook.
Or someone who's from Tennessee
Orleans,
to cook me a barbecue. Have you seen the Have you seen the barbecues that they cook?
No.
The white men, specifically.
No, I haven't.
Are
you sure white people barbecue?
The country ones do.
Okay.
The way they cook their meats. I need you. I need you. It's as simple as that.
All right, this Justin, breaking news. This Justin, what did I just fucking say? By the time we finish this, we'll probably thank God I went to the bathroom. Because they have released the footage of Britney and the bodyguard. And it is basically what the neighborhood talk said. You can tell the man wasn't trying to hit her in the face. Like he definitely went out to try and stop Britney.
He went above and beyond
and swung her arm and then hit herself. And like that's exactly what looked like happened. What I will say though is that our point does stand in the sense that he was not paying attention, and he clearly let her get too close. And didn't realize that up until she was already within contact of him, and then kind of lashed out because it was like, sir, like if you see the video, she was running up to him saying, sir, politely. She got a really sweet voice, hasn't she? Like,
she's a country girl. Like she's literally like, sir, mom.
Yeah, like so she's like, sir, like so clearly not posing a threat. Like, do you know what I mean? And I get they didn't know who she was because it's clear that they didn't really know it was Britney.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, it wasn't that, like, you could have just been like, ma'am. Like, do you know what I mean? But he clearly was not paying attention. And then because he was too late, he panicked and So I feel like, I hope that it doesn't go further than just an apology and then straighten it out. Because I don't think, like, judging by the video, I don't think a lawsuit is necessary. Yeah. But what I will say is that that bodyguard needs to pay attention.
See, Britney,
if he's that serious about it.
I feel like Britney's thing as well. She's been violated too many times in her life, and I feel
this
like
is why I don't blame her for her response. Yeah,
she has to
because you're gonna be like, nah, no one's gonna fuck with me now
ever again.
Nobody's gonna fuck with me now. Nobody. Not my daddy. Not my daddy again. Sure as hell.
Not my mama.
Not my mama. Not my sister.
My auntie.
So if my family ain't gonna fuck with me,
like,
you damn sure as hell ain't gonna fuck with me, random ass bodyguard.
And I understand it, to be fair, but that's why I'm like, they should have taken more caution. Like, but these situations happen so quickly that I understand why it happened like that. Do you know what I mean?
And also, did you see her boyfriend make a statement, but he didn't do anything in person? That was weird.
Listen, ain't he younger than her?
I'm like, yeah, he is.
Yeah, bye.
And I'm like, so you didn't have any of this energy in real
life?
Like, if I were Britney, I'd be like, well, what the fuck am I going to do with this now?
That bodyguard was probably something like 6'5".
I could have needed this energy at the time.
He was probably like 6'5", 300 or something pounds.
He was, yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Of course, the boyfriend wasn't trying to do nothing.
Actually.
Really? For once?
Not that tall. I mean, to be fair, the guy was 7 foot, so he probably just made everybody look like a mouse, to be fair.
Yeah.
But but he obviously was taller than Britney, but he didn't really look like super taller. But anywho, either way, I hope Britney's okay. I'm sure she's fine, but I hope she's not too triggered off the situation. I honestly don't think. Now I understand why they're not pressing charges or doing anything for the bodyguard, because it definitely looked like it was an accident. So I feel like if he apologized in person and said, show that he was sorry, I don't feel like he needs to.
Yeah, they just need to be more careful. Security guards sometimes can be very trigger
happy.
Don't
be too trigger happy. Like, I feel like that was a bit.
You take your job a bit too seriously. Do you know what I mean?
Because, like I said, it would be one thing if she came out of nowhere, but she fully was running up to him slowly and calling sir. So you had so much time to be like, girl, no.
What if she was even just asking for the bathroom? Like,
I mean, she wouldn't be asking him to be fair.
That's true. But the thing is, like, sometimes I'd be asking security guards in the club.
Yeah.
I'd be asking them like, oh, where's the toilet? Where's this? Where's that? Do you know what I mean? Anyone that looks like they might know where some shit is. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't just assume everyone's on go. Like, that's crazy. This little white girl, are you joking? Like, come on. What's he gonna do to a 6 foot something basketball player?
At least if she was gonna do something, she wouldn't have been doing it like that.
Thank
like,
you.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so sweetly,
sir, like, come on,
like,
stop.
So before we wrap up Hot Topics, I also quickly want to say a congratulations to Audrey from the Receipts podcast.
Oh,
she is
pregnant.
Yay,
baby.
I love that for Audrey. I've been listening to the Receipts podcast religiously for
I feel like she's carrying a girl.
Time now. I don't know, I don't know how to tell. But I absolutely love this for Audrey. If you've been listening to the Receipts, you know that it's been like, she's been married for some time now, but she's always been a little bit like, I don't want to, like, I respect the fact that she wasn't just going to throw herself into having a child just for the sake of it, because I've been married now. Like, there was definitely reservations in the beginning where she was like, I don't know if I want to have one now. Even not even that long ago. I remember listening to Receipts podcast a year ago and thinking she was like, I'm mid-30s and it's so mad that I'm not pushed. But me and Audrey actually feel similarly though. Like, I'm like, we said this at the beginning of the episode, I'm not going to force it. Like, I want them for sure, but I'm not going to do the most for the sake of having a husband and children and I feel like that's the place that she was in, and she was just very much like, I want to make sure that it's right, and now it's clearly God right willing. Now like it's the right time, and I'm just so happy for her. She looks amazing as well. She looks so good. She always looks good, to be fair. Audrey is
not them on
I
their
think
baby
Audrey is like
well. Pregnancy really suits
like
her
she
as
just
well.
genuinely looks amazing in general, in normality, like outside of being pregnant. So her now in the space, I'm like, nah, you
extra
look
amazing.
Good. Like she looks really, really good. So love that for her, and congratulations. And I thought it was the cutest thing to see the Receipts podcast post as well, saying we're having a baby. I was like, you guys are so adorable. It was so adorable. So cute.
I was like, oh my God, and they're just touching her.
I know. I haven't even listened to their newest episode yet. I hope they're talking about it.
I definitely feel like she's carrying a girl though. I feel like she's carrying a girl.
Because it doesn't look so heavy, does it?
Yeah.
Even when she was taking that picture, I was like, I could even be pushing my belly out and look like
this. Do you know what it is though? Girls tend to sit higher and boys tend to be lower.
That's what I thought.